IUL or cash value life insurance versus a Roth.
Welcome to Barry's Bites. Please join our host, attorney and advisor Chris Barry.
And so what's special about both of these things? I think they're both good and they're both good tools. In fact, I have both of these. So what makes Roth and IUL so powerful is that both of them grow tax-free. What are the benefits of the Roth? Completely liquid. So the money you put in there, it's in the market. You can move it around. There are 5-year rules attached to a contribution or conversion where you're not supposed to touch it for 5 years. But you have a lot of flexibility there. If you wanted to, you could certainly pull it out. What else is nice about the Roth? The potential growth. But on the flip side, what's the downside is the risk, because it's typically invested in the market. But I'm a big fan of Roths. So think of that as money going up and down. What are the advantages of the IUL? You're going to get growth. Here you're going to get downside protection. So if the markets go down, you're not going to lose anything. That's something that's different than the Roth. And that's one of the reasons that I'm contributing to an IUL in addition to a Roth and a 529 is this issue of risk. I want to diversify. So if markets go down, I don't want to lose my money. I do have some money in the Roth, but I also have some money in the IUL. Also with the IUL, there can be a larger death benefit. So a larger legacy. And I can run the numbers for you, but if we look at just moving money to a Roth and assume, say, a 6% rate of return versus moving money to the IUL, and we assume the same 6% rate of return, with that added death benefit, typically the IUL is going to leave more of a legacy. So there'll be more money left over tax-free. Also with the IUL, you can have that death benefit double as a long-term care benefit. What are the downsides of the IUL? Can be complicated. It is complicated. That's why we spend time talking about it. Most people are familiar with a Roth and just having the money in the market. So advantage here, simple to understand. One of the problems with the Roth is there's an income test on contributions versus the IUL. There's no income test. So sometimes people call this the rich man's Roth. So no income test. That's on contributions, not conversions, by the way. The other downsides of the IUL, biggest thing is complicated. Second, not everyone qualifies. Better way to say that is there's underwriting. Along with complicated, it's time consuming to set up. Usually it takes about a month or so. And then also a longer time horizon. Typically, if we're pulling money out of the Roth, here you have a 10-year time frame because you want this money to grow tax-free. Roths, typically it's 5 years because the tax rules say that if you pull the money out, then you have to pay tax on the gains. One other big reason why we do the IUL is that the IUL can be owned by the trust, and the Roth is unprotected. And the big concern is long-term care, where if you need a nursing home, anything you have in the Roth would have to be spent down. So those are kind of the pros and cons of the Roth. I think they're both tools that should be explored. So that's IUL versus Roth.